Do you recall when you had one of those evening or nights out when the next day you just wish you hadn't stayed out as long as you did?
You should have let me sleep.
Be grateful that you weren't out with a specific bunch of Chinese locals who set the record for having the longest karaoke session ever, which totaled 456 hours, 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Now, to save you doing the calculations, that equates to about 19 days and nearly 6,300 songs.
How is that even possible?
While in many countries, karaoke is seen as a gimmick, included in your hangout venue as an additional form of entertainment, other countries absolutely love it.
Karaoke, awesome!
None greater than karaoke in China, which they call KTV, and they are far more than just a projector screen and a list of songs that never quite have the one that you may just be convinced to sing.
Now, it's my favorite song.
Rather than singing on stage to a bunch of strangers, KTV is seen as a far more private affair. And if you're still thinking that KTV is a niche concept that's only for the hardcore karaoke fans or those that love singing, last year alone, 20,000 KTV booths were installed in shopping malls across China, generating a profit of $470 million.
You certainly have my undivided attention.
So, on the topic of understanding Chinese culture, I wanted to ask both the locals and the foreigners who live here, do you like KTV? Do you like KTV?
Sure.
I do love KTV, yeah.
I think yes, I
No.
do. Never been there.
No?
Yeah, for 2 years, never.
Yeah.
Just so.
Yeah. Why do you like KTV?
I like singing.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. Why?
Because it's too loud. And I hate loud.
I like KTV a lot. Yeah.
I think it depends how many drinks I've had.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's say yeah. I like KTV.
It provides a very friendly environment, so you can sing, you can chat, you can have fun with your friends together.
KTV, it's like, cannot say that like or don't like, it's just Chinese style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine for Chinese, right? So why should be okay or not okay? As for me, no, it's not my place.
Honestly, no, because it's definitely not kind. I mean, first of all, I can't sing. That's true, and secondly, it's not that kind of fun which I know. I guess it's really nice when you are somewhere abroad with your friends, like having some drinks. But in China, it gets like exactly super limited in the rooms.
I don't like it because I don't like to be in small rooms. You know, like I prefer to go out. When I go out, I like to meet new people. So I think like going to KTV is just like staying, like I don't know, with the same people. And if I go with Chinese, I think that Chinese people like to get drunk and sing.
I mean, I like it, but I don't really go that
Yeah,
often.
me too.
Yeah, it's more like, when I think about karaoke, it's more like a childhood memory where like my parents would take me, or like when I was younger with friends. But now when we hang out, it's more just like walking around during the day or going out at night. So it's not really like, we don't really have the time for KTV.
Why do you think Chinese people like that sort of thing?
Because it's private. Like you could be outside, you are so gentleman, or you are like well educated, but inside nobody can see. You can show your devils inside, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know, just not my type of thing.
Yeah,
I mean, you just
yeah.
like stay enclosed in like a room and
Yeah.
you don't get to see anyone else. It's like kind of, well, I might just do that at home.
I mean, even if you're going through the streets, you can see those like small KTV for just one person to sing alone.
Well, for me personally, I just liked singing with my friends and like listening to my horrible singing. Like, yeah, and they have like good food too for some reason. I've never tried the food. I don't know, they just have a lot of options to order. And it's like a small party space. Basically.
Yeah.
It's very private and exclusive, and I like that.
Yeah, I think the whole setup of KTV, being in a small room where you can be with your friends and not necessarily embarrass yourself to a wider audience, is kind of one of the key points.
It's like at home, I guess back in the States. Yeah, I feel uncomfortable. It's like, oh God, I don't want to sing in front of like my family or my friends. And here, it's super fun. Yeah.
It's also KTV is quite a big part of business culture in Asian countries. Seal the deal, have some drinks.
There is a good point. You don't hurt anyone's ears with your singing, so yeah. But
yeah, there's no pressure to be good, I guess.
But just not my type of entertainment, I guess.
Is that really different from why we like it so much? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to hang out with your friends and get drunk or enjoy your time with people you care about. I don't really think the reasons why foreigners like KTV and the reasons Chinese people like KTV is very different. I don't think really Chinese people are that different from foreigners.
According to psychologist Gersang Zeren, the popularity of KTV in China is attributed to the unique culture of the country. He stated the following: "Our culture values the cultivation of self-restraint. People are not encouraged to be aggressive and show individuality. But in KTV clubs, they can unleash themselves and perform anything they want."
It's like they're very close people in terms of expressing themselves.
It's a good way to vent their emotions, whether it be depression, pressure, happiness, or aspirations.
You can see, you can show your devils inside, right?
From the answers we saw in this video, for some people, and not just the locals, KTV acts as a great low-pressured environment where they face no judgment and can relate to the people around them.
And nobody will judge you, it's like this.
Here are some other unique facts about KTVs. Number 1, they tend in most cases to be open 24/7. If you've ever heard about people singing at KTV early in the morning, chances are they've been there since the night before.
You go to a dinner with the business partners, but then the real things happen in the KTV after until like 4 in the morning.
Secondly, the role of alcohol.
I think that Chinese people like to get drunk and sing.
Drinking features in the large majority of business meetings and social gatherings, and KTV provides an ideal venue for both of these types of events to occur.
Drinking definitely plays a big role.
Next, and as some people alluded to in their answers, KTV is more than just a private room that allows you to sing in. Chinese people, especially the younger generation, love playing games. And specifically, they love playing drinking games that may require dice, cards, or even tissues. And decent KTV rooms usually provide for all of these.
It's just fun.
One that's been mentioned a number of times already: nobody cares how bad you sing.
I feel like in the United States, singing karaoke is very embarrassing. Like, oh, no one really wants to do it unless you're good at singing. But in China, it's fun because everyone you go with is a terrible singer, but no one cares.
No judgment.
And lastly, and one that I've heard personally from a few people, you may never know who the generous person or group was that decided to cover the bill. Something that's very common in Chinese culture and worth noting is that the people don't really like to split the bill for an evening out. Instead, chances are when you're going as a group, you'll take turns to pay. Now, just to end on some tips, if you do find yourself in China and have never experienced KTV before, if you really want to effectively integrate with the locals and attendees, it's probably worth remembering more than 1 or 2 Chinese songs.
And the karaoke machine is ready to go.
So that's KTV in a nutshell, with some first-hand input from some of the foreigners and locals that I came across. Be sure to subscribe to the various media channels where this gets posted so you can find out firsthand when the next episode is out, and leave your comments on what are your thoughts of this phenomenon called KTV. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay tuned.